Welcome back to Baba Chuck 14. It's another Transformers video, and if it's your first time here, click the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and today, as you've seen in the intro, we are taking a look at this guy, the deluxe Centurion drone, and what's more, the accessory pack, weapons pack that comes with this guy. This is a Transformers Generation Select figure, so comes in this recycled box with no artwork except for the spray painted Autobot logo and all the other black Transformers information up here. Same generic box as the other ones, and as you can see here, it says Deluxe Centurion drone, and I'm excited to get this out of the box, so let's check this guy out. And here is everything that's in the box with the Centurion drone, and let's check out. He's got his instruction sheet over here, and it shows, because this guy is a parts former, as he is a direct repaint of the weaponizer Brunt. And as you can see, he's got his tank mode over here, and he is in his tank mode, and how to transform him into the Centurion drone, and then how to weaponize him in different modes, as you can see. And then this part is the bread and butter of this box, the weapons and the accessories for all the other Siege Warfare Cybertron and Earthrise Warfare Cybertron figures in this box. And let's take a look at the box itself, and it also has a bunch of illustrations of all the other accessories in this box. And then we take a look at the Centurion drone himself, and as you can see, the colorway is awesome. I thought it was going to be bland, but that gunmetal gray or silver is really awesome. It pops, and as well as you can see, there's black highlights on the treads as well, and then those red lights, they look awesome. You can see there on the front and the lights, and then there's a bit of silver as well. And let's bring in Brunt, and I've never done a review on Brunt, so this might be the review altogether. And let's transform these guys, and we'll do a fast transformation since this is a parts former, so let's get to it.
The Centurion!
So here is Brunt and the Centurion drone, all in their robot modes, and yes, they're exact same, but color wise, I prefer Brunt still, because that Decepticon purple is awesome, but this one's not too bad either. And then the articulation, the arms can go far that way, can turn 360, the head can look up and down, then turn 360 as well. It's got waist swivel and can bend that way. The legs can split and kick that far, as well as back, and then the legs, the knees can also bend that far. And then you have that ankle rocker joint, but no up and down for the ankles. And that's it for the articulation. Both are the same. And let's take a good look at their face sculpts. Yeah, this one still looks awesome more than this one. The Centurion drone doesn't have a faction logo wherever on the figure, and this one is kind of floppy, so I might put some floor polish to tighten his joints up, because the Brunt one I had was a little bit floppy too. And that's it for these two guys. Awesome addition to the collection and awesome weaponizers. I'm gonna throw in some images of how they can weaponize your figures, and enough of that. We'll show off this entire box of weapons for all the figures, and let's check it out.
I am Destro, and I have developed some weapons for either the Autobots or the Decepticons, and whoever bids the highest price will get the weapons in this box. And here it is.
So here are all the accessories and all the awesome weapons in this pack. And first off, let's take a look at this cage, and this is Ravage's cage, just like in the G1. And then it's got this lock over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a key, and the way to do this is just to open it like that. It would have been better if there was a hinge door for Ravage to get in. And let's take Ravage into the prison cell. So here we have Ravage himself, and you can place him in and then just line it up to close up that prison. Just have to line it all up, then close it, and then you've got Ravage all prisoned up in his tiny cage. As you can see, this is a transparent plastic that's painted in black, and that's it for Ravage. And then you've got Soundwave, a miniature Soundwave when he transformed into his cassette boombox, and really awesome figure of Soundwave over there. And also he's looks pretty well with his dollar store Soundwave as well. And that's it for Soundwave and his minions. And then you've got the Refractor in his camera mode. So in the G1 cartoon, these three guys transformed into a camera, and so that's his miniature form. And he was held by Thundercracker taking a picture, and you can relive or recreate that scene with Thundercracker. As you can see there, really awesome accessory pack. And then that's for the Decepticons. And as always, the Decepticons were always after Energon, and they make it into Energon cubes. So they included 2 Energon cubes in here. Thought they were small, but they're pretty sizable. And then one has half-filled Energon cube, and I think this one is either empty or full. And you have the Refractors who carried out Soundwave's missions when they were taking up Energon, and you can have them carry out all this stuff, but unfortunately there's nothing for them to hold on to, so it's gonna fall over, or just use it for props on the floor. Another Decepticon is a miniature Shockwave gun, and it's all in gray plastic. And I would probably color this up and customize it with a purple paint so it looks like Shockwave himself, and we can get Thundercracker to hold him, and you can weaponize Thundercracker with Shockwave. Really awesome. But some other Decepticons like Megatron in his gun mode, like in G1. So it's got a silencer as well, which you can connect. So as you can see here, there's a notch which will line up to the notch on the gun over here. So you just line it up and you can push it in. And you got the Seeker, Leader, Starscream, as you saw in the cartoon. He shoots Megatron, uses him out with a gun, and he looks great wielding Megatron. And not only that, you can use the blast effects as well. You can put it on the tip, and you can see that Starscream is gunning down the Autobots with Megatron. And one more thing for the Decepticons, or weapon for the Decepticon, is Megatron's Energon Mace. awesome Decepticon sculpt on the handle of the Energon mace, and it's made of a pretty hard plastic. I thought it was going to be soft, but it's pretty hard, so be careful with handling this. And I actually shaved off a bunch on this one because I saw a bunch of pictures that the peg was cut off because it was too tight, and they say it's supposed to be for Earthrise Megatron, but I only have my Netflix one, which I will unbox soon, and the original Siege Megatron, and we can put it on the other hand over here. So it still has a tight, but not as tight as the first time. That's what she said. So it looks awesome on Megatron. Unfortunately, the hand on this one is loose, but this mace looks awesome on Megatron, and I guess this works when he's trying to smash Optimus Prime with a mace. That's it for all the Decepticon weapons. It's time to hand out the Autobot weapons, and let's check them out. And the first thing for the Autobots that we're gonna check out is this really small Optimus Prime, and it's probably going to be the first thing that I'm gonna lose in this bunch of accessories. Smaller than the Dollar Tree Soundwave over here, so that's it. Really small. I still don't have the Warforce Cybertron Bumblebee yet, but I have the Titan's Return Bumblebee, and he's got this Bumblebee blaster included in the set, and it's really nice, and I think it fits this Titan's Return Bumblebee. And then you also have Cliff Jumper's Glass Gas Blaster, and this Cliff Jumper has just got so many awesome weapons like his bazooka. Now he's got his own blaster over here, also sculpted out in gray plastic, and you can give him his weapon. And both the mini-bots are all armed, ready to fight Megatron and the Decepticons. And then you also have Sideswipe's jetpack, as you can see over here, and he used this, and he also lent this to Optimus Prime so he can fly. You can see there's two pegs. This one, you can use it to plug this to Optimus Prime's back, and this one will peg into Sideswipe's back, or Red Alert, and that looks awesome as well. So all the Autobots are getting their accessories. And also we have Trailbreaker's Radar Dish, which I don't have Trailbreaker yet, so I will just use him on Hound on this Jeep mode, and can put it here or in any 5mm port, and it still looks awesome on Hound. And then you also have Ironhide's drill bit, which is really awesome because you can let him hold it in his hand, or you can either put it on his arm and he can drill the mountains or the rocks to find the Decepticons and bust their chops. And then last but not the least, and the guy with the most accessories for the Autobots is none other than Optimus Prime. And of course, we've got Roller over here, and at last we've got a roller that can fit into Optimus Prime's trailer. And let's do a comparison of the size as well with a roller from MP10. As you can see, MP10 roller is 3 times or twice the size of this Siege roller, and this guy has problems fitting into this Earthrise Leader class Optimus Prime's trailer. But this new roller can easily climb in and park inside, and really awesome because if you open up the trailer, you got this peg over here, which on the bottom of roller this got this hole where you can peg it in. You can park roller over there, and really awesome for Optimus Prime to have a complete set of accessories for his trailer. And of course, let's take a look at the main guy himself, the Optimus Prime robot. We have a giant Optimus Prime ion blaster over here, which is his blaster's almost until his waist. And if you compare him with a blaster that came with Optimus Prime in the Earthrise figure, it's twice the size. That's what she said. As you can see there, the size is too big for Optimus Prime because you hold him, it really looks out of proportion. As you can see over here, it doesn't look too bad, but it really is too big, especially when it's holding it this way. But in the movie where he held his ion cannon, his ion blaster in two-handed pose, well, I guess you can recreate that with this. So that's how it looks like with his ion blaster. And then last but not the least, with Megatron having his Energon maze, Optimus Prime also has his own Energon axe. As you can see, it's done in this translucent yellow, and the way he can hold it in his hand is can put it on the left one, but it's the opposite way, as you can see. So you want the blade like this. So if you use his left hand, it's gonna look that way, and if you want to turn it, it's gonna show on this side, so it's gonna look awkward. So one thing you can do is you can put it on his right hand and insert it underneath, so when you turn it around, it's gonna look that way, and it's not gonna look that bad when he's fighting Megatron. And that's it for this Centurion accessory pack. I really love this pack, and yes, it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive and it sold out right away, but you can understand why it sold out, because of all these awesome accessories that you can put on with all the other Siege figures in the line. I highly recommend getting this pack if you can still find one, but I think they're gonna sell for a really high price. It's really an awesome pack, and this has been BubbaChuck14. It's a pretty long video, but I thank you guys for hanging out with me, and as always, do it with style, don't do it at all.